What's up, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Ethan Bergeron, The Gimpster 101, Jackie the Sexy Hobby Cook, Dark Paradigm, Tyler R., Luis Naito, Vesta X Owner, David, Nick Scholes, The Bushloft, Danny Puff, Brandon, Shad Church, Auga, Darius, Lucy Short, Vincenzo, Sega Man 92, Alan Barty, Craze Cartoon 13, John Reed, James Butterworth, Scott Stevens, Thor Yang, Katie Stockton, Otaku, Dark Paradigm, Kayla McRae, Reggie Johnson, Full-Blown Marxism, Redemption, and as always, I'd like to give a shout out to our executive producers, The Anime Hybrid and Joshua Fix. Thank you all very much for your support. If you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to click the link down below in the description to find out more. And if you want to become a YouTube member, just hit the join button, which is right next to the subscribe button. Hopefully we'll see you all there. Peace out. Nick! Oh! Nick, no! Nick, please, I'm begging you. Please. Oh, God! Ah! Now, I bet you're wondering, hey, this is an older JonTron video. Why are you watching this? Well, number one, it's always fun to go back and watch older JonTron videos. And also, number two, Home Alone is in my head because Macaulay Culkin, the star, a.k.a. Kevin McAllister, just turned 40. Feel old yet? My thoughts exactly, Nick. My thoughts exactly.
I mean, I still think it looks great, though.
Oh, he does. He does. Heroin does the body good. I mean, I don't know. But I know that he's battled with substance abuse over the last few years, and also, not only that, but he was dating Mila Kunis, which, pretty cool.
Good for him.
Good for him, yeah. Oh, they dated for almost a decade, dude.
Good for him.
They were like, real tight. But then, I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden they just stopped dating, and then she got with Ashton Kutcher, and, the rest is history. But, yeah, overall, Macaulay Culkin's had an interesting time as a Hollywood celebrity. Went from being, Hollywood darling, the next big... They thought he was going to be, like, the next big major movie star because, they thought he was going to be like Brad Pitt, effectively. They thought he was going to be the new Brad Pitt. It was like, okay, that could be interesting. And then his dad managed him into the ground and literally ruined his movie career because, Kit Culkin wanted to be... Kit Culkin, his dad, wanted to effectively be like the new big Hollywood agent. It's like, I want people to fear me in Hollywood. I want people to know who I am. Like, I walk in the room and they know I'm there for business. And as soon as one person said no to Kit Culkin, the movies started to tank, and then pretty soon Macaulay Culkin went from next Hollywood star to next on the rehab circuit. And honestly, it's one of the more sad stories, but then he had a big comeback, and he's actually done pretty well for himself. Nowhere near like the heights of when he did the first Home Alone movie, but still, he's done good for himself.
The funniest thing is the first time I saw him back was on somebody's YouTube channel. Like, he guested in like a little comedy skit starring himself.
Oh, yeah. I think it was the one where...
Getting a ride from someone or something.
Yeah, and he actually, at the end of it, he confronted...
he's also talking like he's not just himself, but also Kevin McAllister. And he's like, yeah, imagine like your parents like just leaving you alone over the holiday season at your house because they don't fucking love you enough to realize that you're missing from your family or something like that. It's just like really dark.
Yeah, and then at the end of it, they got Daniel Stern back to play Marv. Was that it?
I couldn't remember that.
I know that at one point I think they were either talking about him or he showed up. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that skit. But I remember one time he was in the WWF or WWE at the time. And all of a sudden this skit's going on. This guy's in the backstage area and he's like, "Where's he at? Where's he at?" And he opens the door. Paint can comes down and hits him in the head. He goes down. He stands back up. He's like holding his jaw. And then he looks to his right, and there's Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin's just like, "That's dangerous," and then just walks off. It's like, and then the guy like stands there for like Was that? No. Yeah, it's some good stuff. But
so it was Jack Dishel on YouTube, and it's called Drivers Episode 1, just me in the house by myself, starring Macaulay Culkin and Jack Dishel.
Huh. Neat. All in all, though, Home Alone still does hold a special place in my heart because every holiday season, me and my family would watch that movie, and it was fun times. When I think
my family actually hated that movie, but I freaking loved it, so I watched it all the time. Like, not even when it wasn't Christmas. So like now I watch it like every Christmas season. So
it's up there. I think on top of the greatest Christmas movie ever, Die Hard. It's up there. I think for kids, it's probably the Die Hard equivalent for kids. I mean, it's harmless enough. But anyway, JonTron did a video about the Home Alone games. Let's see what he's got to say and see what happens. Here we go.
Hey guys, quick announcement before you watch the video. This Home Alone video is going up a little bit earlier than it would. I know it's a bit weird because we just launched the site, but due to some odd circumstances, the next 2 JonTron videos are going to go to YouTube and Normal Boots at the same time. But when it gets to March again, it's Normal Boots exclusive. So for now...
Yeah, Normal Boots. Ah!
It's a pretty ripping version of this song, I gotta say.
No. Oh, John, no.
Nothing like the smell of nog on Christmas Eve, eh, Shark?
That's racist.
This year, I'm getting nuts. Every other year I play it safe. Not this year. I'm getting nuts.
Hell yeah, boy. Let's do this. Time to get nuts.
You feel me? You feel me on this? It never really struck me before, but I'm starting to think there might be a pretty big species divide between you and I. Now, very, very different interpretations on what getting nuts means. Now, some grandmothers are known to be on the same level, getting a roasted nut or two for the holidays, but this raw shit, that's nuts.
Oopsie.
You like nuts, Jack? I'll show you how to cook up a nut.
Oh!
Wait.
Oh, no.
You smell it? It's pure. It's Christmas spirit. I see friends shaking, singing howdy fuck. You smell that? It smells like the Hamptons in January. Coming fresh off the water.
You'll miss me when I'm gone.
Uh-oh. What? See, I say, did he
I think I'm too stupid to understand what was happening there.
I think he put too much nutmeg in the mix, and nutmeg does make you high. It has pretty much the same. If you smoke it, it can make you high. It's.
I was assuming he was trying to like roast chestnuts or something.
Yeah,
like,
roasted chestnuts with an egg, and then all of a sudden he just went like, "Oh boy, here we go again." And now I think he's gonna have a bad trip.
That's how I wake up pretty much every day.
Come on, John, we got Christmas to do.
Oh,
You doing all right there?
that's dark.
You look a little different. What is it with these fucking nuts?
Oh,
Macaulay? Is that you?
That's me! I'm here to tell you it's not too late! You still have a chance!
Jesus, what happened to your face? You doing all right?
I'm dead!
I mean, honestly, seeing you in interviews, you seem like a great guy. You got a bit of a corpse face.
John, it's January 25th. You slept for a month. You slept through Christmas and starved your bird out.
All right, Kronos. If I'm expected to believe it's January 25th, then why does my calendar say it's December 25th? Otto Domini, you're my fourth, bitch. Uh-oh.
By the way, I'm trying to help you here. I'm gonna go ahead and ignore how hurtful that last statement was about the corpse face and help you undo this thing. I should now. I shouldn't, but I'm gonna, because I'm a good person. I didn't do that much drugs, and my dad stole my money. The only way to bring your dead friend back is to find a good game from the Home Alone franchise, which is, there's a lot of them, so good luck. I need it. Please help me now. I got a couple 2-3 bookies on me and a few late car payments. Find the game, please. Start your search for answers here.
Home Alone 1 on the NES? You know how many hours of my life you wasted with it?
Home Alone, a franchise based entirely off this face.
See, this one's a classic. They knew what they were doing. First one's got the face.
Second one got away from the face. Yeah, you can't get away from the face. Third one didn't have the face, and that's why Jonathan Taylor Thomas or whoever the fuck this is didn't have
Alex
such a good
D.
time.
Lynch.
Around number 4, they realized what they were doing wrong. Got the face back, got the face going, rating skyrocketed. But see, the problem with this one, they got Ernest in this one. I mean, what are they trying to do? Bring him back from the dead? That's disrespectful.
Oh,
That's this one, the classic. The holiday heist. Look at that face.
I didn't know that there were this many.
yeah, there's 5 of them.
This one's for the Criterion Collection. And you got Malcolm McDowell. I'm sure they walked up to him, they didn't have to do any explaining. He says, I'm Malcolm McDowell, I've worked with the greatest, I've worked with Kubrick, I've been in Clockwork Orange. Get the fuck out of my house. You asked me if I do holiday heists. Would you ask me, do you want the best caviar on the planet? You don't ask a man a question like that. Get the fuck out of my mansion.
The later Home Alone films were just cash-ins on the series, but the first 2 were actually really good films. They were written by John Hughes, directed by Chris Columbus, who would go on to make the first 2 Harry Potter films, hilariously, and Guy Only Goes in Twos. And the music was composed by the one and only John Williams.
So naturally, they made a bunch of games to capitalize on the hype. Do any of them stand to capture the childlike and whimsical essence of the films? Let's find out, because apparently that's the first step to getting my bird back, according to the actor of the titular film is Macaulay Culkin. Where's that pasty-ass skeletal motherfucker? Is he getting his ectoplasm with my toothbrush? Swear to fucking God.
Let's take a look at Home Alone 1 for the NES first. What? This game is made by Bethesda? Like Skyrim Bethesda? Yeah, it actually is. The same Bethesda that made Skyrim and Fallout 3 made Home Alone 1 for the NES. Weird. In this game, unsurprisingly, you play as Kevin, and you wander around your house without parents, I guess. I mean, come on, you gotta give him some credit. That's pretty true to the film's core message. Ah, look at this, they got people walking by. I didn't know they had AI street tech in the 19... Oh, Jesus, he's in my house! Okay, so that's terrifying. In the movies, the villains are in it for the valuables, but here they seem to be only interested in Kevin. Where's Chris Hansen and that suspiciously benign plate of cookies when you need him?
You know what? I don't want this cookie. I just want to get to the beach. Come here, just 1 second.
Yeah, that's just about right. That's
Oh,
appropriate.
no.
A boy is captured and will likely be found dead in the coming weeks, and all you got is oh no. It's good, got a good message. But the point of the game, and I'm being generous here with that statement, seems to be walk around, pick up random objects, and place them as traps to halt the kidnappers. I can barely tell what's going on in this game. We got stuff like spider, toy car. What's this, potato? Did I just pick up a fucking potato to stop robbers? Oh, well, there's the light bulb for it at least. That's good. Now I can knock them out with my impressive science skills. Brinks new home potato security. Are those nails? Why can't we pick these up? There are real robbers in my house. There are real, hardened criminals in my house and about. I'm pretty sure nails would be infinitely
I think you're only allowed to have a certain amount in your inventory.
I see Michael Jackson made such a big impact on the they put the moonwalk in the game. Let's grab the spider, because, you know, that's not completely terrifying or anything. Oh, shit, put it down, put it down, put it down! Oh, yeah!
Did I just trip up that robber with a spider and then do a moonwalk? That's it! This is the best game ever! Do the song and dance!
Okay, even though this is clearly just, one of the most sublime games ever created, I'm gonna go ahead and try to nitpick a bit. I think I'll start with, what the hell is going on with anything? The perspective is completely bonkers. What's going on? What's this? What am I standing on? Is that my house? Is that another house across the street, or is that a subterranean lair?
Home Alone? Well, this is more akin to a Mobius strip.
It's like a Klein bottle up in here. You better fill it with hot tar, pour it on those pesky intruders.
If that wasn't enough for you and your entire lineage, they also made Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
This music's giving me a fever dream of Macaulay Culkin's goddamn gremlin head. Ah! Get it out of me. In memory of Tom Hite. Poor bastard. The last thing this guy worked on in his life. All the things he did just funneled down to Home Alone 2 on the NES. For his sake, I hope it's better than Home Alone 1. I guess this is supposed to be Tim Curry's character, given that he plays the concierge that's after Kevin in the movie. Tim, you been eating your vegetables? You don't look yourself. Literally.
No.
At all. So right off the bat, this game's a lot better than the last one. Take that for what you will. At least you're just dealing with left and right. No theoretical physics in this version. But that doesn't mean they put much thought into it. As you can see, they've gone into painstaking detail to recreate Kevin McAllister's signature goiter hump. You can almost smell the ointment.
I don't know, what do you put on goiter? Sam?
Well, let's not forget the real star of the show, the fact that you can pull this shit. Yeah! Risky business! And the platoon! Risky business again! This game is goddamn madness. Everything wants to kill you just for the street cred. Possessed luggage, Frankenstein's monster, bloody mouse, even witches! Who's running this hotel? The Addams family? Let me tell you, in my experience, only two kind of old ladies can move like that. Retired Russian Olympians and witches!
You see that right there? That's a parabola. Now only a witch can pull up a parabola of this nature.
I think this establishment's got bigger problems on its hands than Kevin McAllister running around with a fake credit card. The main point of this game seems to be to make a mad dash to the end of the level. But when you get there, the elevator doors are closed. I don't know what to do. You can get these, what appear to be a necklace of pearls. I guess we might as well try to take out some of the enemies with it. Maybe that'll lead us in the right direction. BAM! Well, okay, that didn't do anything. Okay, I guess it's more of a trap than a projectile. Gotta use the old McAllister wits here. Come here, chubby checker! Time to do a twist!
Nothing.
He just walked right over my beads like it was nothing. Yeah, I hate this game. It doesn't even let me have fun when I try. This game automatically goes on my shit list because keys kill you. What kind of sadism is this? These are deeply rooted conventions. They all mess with this stuff. And this game came out way after things like Legend of Zelda. Alright, they had time. It turns out you're actually supposed to bang on the elevator button a bunch of times to get the elevator to come, which I guess is about accurate. I mean, usually when you're trying to call an elevator, you just do it like... This is a video game, though. How was I supposed to know I had to wait for the elevator? This isn't some experimental indie game. It gave me no indication it was even coming.
Let's move on to the SNES. That's one of my favorite systems. There's gotta be a good Home Alone game on that.
That's better already. Decent graphics, and at least plays like an actual video game. Whoa, hold up. Look at that giant emerald ring on the dresser over there. You can pawn that off and buy Kenya. It's no wonder people are trying to rob this guy's house all the time. Okay, first off, who is this cartoon mobster here, and why does no one care that he's in my house? Is he just a weird family member? Is he my dad? Is that my game dad? Also, I'd just like to point out that this bowling ball placement is exquisite. So basically, the point of this fun kids SNES game is to run around and collect valuables from your house, and then when you collect them, deposit them into these safes, which drop the items into a sex dungeon? What is the significance of this? Is that a giant vault in their basement? Who has a giant vault in their basement? I really have no idea why.
I have no idea who would have a giant vault in their basement.
You can't figure out how to play Home Alone 1 on the SNES right away! What? It's bad! It's redo the game! Throw it out! Redo the fucking game! Also, for some reason, every item you deposit always turns into a candelabra. Was Liberace the executive producer for this game or something? Seriously, why? I'm picking up emerald rings, sacks of money, but it always turns into a golden candelabra. Why does it always turn into a candelabra?
Oh, no.
Okay, seriously.
Oh, that's...
You're gonna tell me that a community of right-minded adults made a game about a 10-year-old boy, and then decided that the best course of action would be to have the game over screen be a naked picture of him? Let it be known that this is actually the only part of the movie where he touches his face and screams, and that's when he's applying nakedly aftershave, applying it... Oh, looks like they caught old Kevin after all. His tricks and toy cars weren't enough to keep the fully grown robbers with more developed brains at bay.
Is there a single good Home Alone thing after Home Alone 2 the movie? Except, of course, the Episode 5 Holiday Heist, highly regarded as the strike back of the series, of course.
Certainly not the Game Boy version. It's really just the same thing as the SNES version with a few marked improvements that I'll go over right now. For one thing, when you shoot the mobster, he turns into Michael Jackson Moonwalker. Still got that bowling ball, though. That's how you know it's authentic.
Maybe there's hope in Home Alone 2 for the SNES. But probably not no hope.
That's the only one I've played.
Yeah, I played this one a lot.
For the life of everyone.
This is exactly the same game as the one for the NES, but this one has much better JPEG. You can tell by the fact that Tim Curry looks like he has less jaundice in this one. But unfortunately, they didn't find out how to make him look like Tim Curry yet. Oh my god! I think they've literally just cut out Joe Pesci's head and pasted it on this cartoon body. Look at the clipping on the peacoat. Don't get me started on Daniel Stern here. He looks like he's trying to cork out a hard shit he's been brewing in his ass for a couple of weeks. Everything's the same, bar the graphical upgrade. Except this lady's different. Also, I think this bear is tripping balls with that dog down there. That is the face of someone who's seen some shit.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Not even a single one of these games can be considered passable. Who made these? Who was paid money to make these? Shit! Wait! There is one more game. The rarest game of them all. Only released in Europe for the PlayStation 2. That's like 10 years newer than the SNES. They must have figured out how to make a good Home Alone game by then. I mean, they fucked up every other time. You can only fuck up so many times before someone fires you. Let's do this. I gotta save my best friend.
Press X.
Oh yeah, 20th Century Fox logo. You always know you're in for something good when you see that. Oh, are you serious? Is that something that someone who calls himself a professional artist actually made and handed to their boss, and the boss went, yeah, that looks good, do that. Oh my god! This isn't some sort of hacked game. This is a real game with real box art and real money that was exchanged by real people to really fucking own it on PlayStation 2. Oh my god, this looks like something you'd see an 11-year-old post on DeviantArt. Look at this house.
Oh my god, he's right.
The text. I could literally make this in Photoshop in like 2 minutes tops. Here, no, I'll do it. I'll do it right now. I did it. I literally made the exact same thing with a mouse and zero experience in them. Don't you remember these iconic characters from the film? Kelly? Carl? Carly? My favorite scene with them was this one. What is this? What am I doing? I'm alone, but I'm not in a home. I'm in some botanical garden. Also, why is this taking place during summer? Did anyone on this, and I use this phrase loosely, team of developers watch the film before sitting down and making the game? I know they had to put it together in one whole weekend, but damn, son, that is some serious commitment to being unfaithful to your source material. You spend more time in this game walking around locking doors than you do laying traps for the bad guys. Excuse me, but you can turn the effects down in this game? What effects? This game has effects that you can turn off? So basically, you go around attempting
I'd rather turn that music off.
Various things you find laying around. My personal favorite is the spider. Because you just throw a fucking spider at them. You just throw another living being at their face. I can't believe this is a real game. It's no wonder they didn't release this game outside of Europe. The box art, I mean no exaggeration by this. The box art is literally the best part about this game. How did this happen? No, seriously, how did this game happen? It was released in 2006. That's like 10 years after Home Alone was even relevant anymore. Why did anyone opt to make this game? Was there some sort of interdimensional being they had to keep at bay by making a new Home Alone game?
Well, I guess that's it. I'll never see Jacques again. There's not a single redeemable game in this entire library! Wait a second. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone.
Come on. I must have missed something. I mean, there were so many different competing companies back in the 90s that...
That's it! Home Alone for Sega Genesis!
Well, this may be one of the first times that the Sega versions of a game are better than their SNES counterparts. But the Home Alone games on Sega are pretty sweet. At least compared to the horror that I just witnessed. Tight graphics, novel gameplay. Kevin looks and controls just as you'd expect him to. And you know what? In the case of 2, this is a pretty accurate rendition of New York City as far as the Sega Genesis goes.
I found it! Macaulay, wake up! Come on, wake up. Come on. Get out that stove corn. Shit, I hallucinated all that, didn't I?
That's the end of the episode.
Okay.
Shit, I hallucinated all that, didn't I? And I guarantee you, during the production of this, Macaulay Culkin found out that he was going to be using his likeness as the ghost. And Macaulay's just like, hey, John, you know you could actually have me in the video, right? And he's like, oh, God, a ghost, no! And he ran away before production could really be finished on it. But, yeah. John just hallucinated all that shit. He's like, yeah, Macaulay Culkin came out of some chestnuts that I was roasting, and he told me to find a good Home Alone game. I found it on Sega Genesis, but apparently he wasn't really there. Yeah. Lesson learned, kids. Don't do drugs. Also, if you're going to roast chestnuts on an open fire, make sure it's an open fire, not a stovetop. Jesus.
What was with all the eggs? Was that like a thing? Is that a joke I'm supposed to understand?
Like eggnog.
Yeah, I mean,
Christmas.
I understand that, but
I think that's... I'm not sure. The thing with eggs is that dude, I cannot explain the fascination with eggs in certain regards. Dude, the most liked post on Instagram in history is literally just a picture of a brown egg. I have no idea why. Now, I understand why the hell the guy does it in a friggin'...
Can I offer you a nice egg in these trying times?
All I can say is... Egg! Egg! Would you like an egg? Got an egg here for you. Splat. Just... all I can say about eggs is the friggin'... what's his name? How To Basic. His fascination with eggs.
Yeah.
Just like chucking eggs all the time. It was like...
So is that picking up on that? I guess that was popular at this time?
Well, How To Basic exploded in popularity, I think, in like 2012, 2013, just before we started. And then it was going full swing whenever, around 2014, when we started getting going. I remember that was actually some of the first videos we reacted to.
Oh, they're very strange.
Yes.
They are weird.
And we got in trouble because apparently he showed too much thigh. Apparently a woman can show all the thighs she wants and also pretty much be naked in a music video, but the very moment a pasty white dude from, I think it's Australia, wants to show anything, too much. Too much.
I mean, to be fair, if I have to look at a thigh...
You'd want to see a pasty white dude from Australia slapping a chicken against it.
No. That's the opposite. That's the opposite
joking.
of what I was saying.
I know. I'd rather see Cardi B or friggin' what's her name, Megan Thee Stallion, and WAP.
I'd rather not.
I actually don't know who those people are. Well, I've heard of Cardi B.
Well,
the other one I have no idea who that
they
is.
They just released a music video and
about wireless application protocols.
Yes, let's talk. Let's call it that and just be done with that whole conversation. I'm sorry I even brought it up.
There's some poor programmer that has Googled stuff for wireless application protocols
and has gotten
just
assaulted. But the whole thing is, the whole thing with Home Alone, it's had a weird road. The one for SNES, you and I, like, you talked about that. Like, I played it too.
My friend that lived in my neighborhood had a copy of it, so I got to play it once.
Same here.
Yeah, I don't remember us ever getting past the first part of it, though.
You never got past the lobby?
I don't think so.
I got to the house at the end, and I never made it past that. Because I know that you went up to, I think, the floor where your room was, and you fought off the staff that came after you, and then you went all the way down to the basement, and you fought the chef. And there's actually a bonus. If you beat the chef, his hat was still in the ground where he died, and if you knee slid into the cap, you got an extra life, which I thought was pretty cool.
Sounds nonsensical.
It is nonsensical. It's a Home Alone game, dude.
Yeah.
You're making a video game based on Home Alone. I mean, you got to throw all comprehension out the window for that. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you enjoyed this. This was JonTron Home Alone Games. Happy birthday, Macaulay Culkin. We'll be with you in the 40s Club here soon. You know, like 10 years from now.
Not that soon.
I know, not that soon. Well, I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking, Micah. What are you talking about, Micah? You're ageless. You're still 27.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll find out.
Yeah. And until then, everybody, signing off. I'm Nate.
Micah.
I'm Nick.
We'll see you later, everybody. Peace out.